Everybody, Rob Hoke here, Bass Talker Fishing. I just got done fishing my last tournament of the year yesterday. It was the Kitech USA Hudson River Open, obviously sponsored by Kitech USA. But I was able to use a new combo for the first time, and I actually caught a couple key fish using it. So I wanted to do a rod review and a reel review. The rod, it's my second purchase in the Stunner HD series from Fitzgerald rods. It's going to be my new football head jig rod. It's a 7.3 medium heavy fast action rod. You got a really soft tip so you can feel everything your jig is trying to tell you off what it's contacting on the bottom. But the lower 3/4 of this rod has a lot of backbone, which is important because what I was fishing with this football head jig was I was fishing 15 to 20 feet of water with a 3/4 ounce football head jig on main river points at the edge of creek mouths. And the reason I was throwing a 3/4 ounce jig head was because in the Hudson River you have not only the current to deal with, but you also have a pretty big tide. Between high tide and low tide, you have about a 4.5 foot difference. So that water is ripping on the Hudson. I needed a bait that would get down fast, keep contact with the bottom, because I was fishing really chunky rock, and if I didn't keep constant contact with my jig, it'd end up falling in some of those crevices of those rocks and you'd get hung. So that's why the 3/4 ounce. But what impressed me was fishing 15 to 20 feet of water, sometimes it's hard to get a good hook in a fish. But this rod had no problem doing that. I was able to get this big heavy wire jig hook through the roof of the mouth with relative ease in that kind of depth, which is pretty impressive. I've already talked about in the past how light these rods are, how I like the new grip system, the thinner grip system. It's a very comfortable rod in your hand. Definitely check these out. $179. If you're in the market for a higher end rod and you like dragging a football head jig, try this 7-foot 3-inch medium heavy from Fitzgerald rods, Stunner HD series. You might not go back to your regular rod company. You can check them out at fitzgeraldrods.com, or you can go to Tackle Warehouse and pick one up. Now the reel I used was a Quantum Smoke HD. I didn't actually buy this reel for this application because it's a 6:6 to 1 gear ratio. I actually bought it because this is going to be my spinnerbait, chatterbait, swimbait reel. But this is the extra reel I had at the time, so that's what I put on. Normally with the football head jig, I like throwing like a 7-1 to 1, 7-3 to 1, 8-3 to 1. Because I'm not really fishing the bait with the reel, I'm just kind of picking up my slack with it. So I like that higher gear ratio because it keeps me in better contact with my jig. But let me tell you, this Smoke HD, I've never casted a bait as far as I did yesterday with this reel. It's a very smooth reel. It's got a big handle, which I love. I love bigger handles. I don't care what I'm doing. I like having a bigger handle on the reel. You don't lose contact. You don't lose your reel as often with those bigger handles. It's very easy to set up out of the box. I literally put my jig on. I adjust my tension knob. I did a couple casts, adjust my ACS braking system. And I don't know what it is about that ACS braking system, but I can cast this bait a mile, it seems like. You can also fine tune this more to your bait. You can take the side plate off, and there's a lot of things you can mess with. I haven't gotten in the book yet to really figure out how to do that, but I really found that I had no need. I took this out, cast it a couple times, got my ACS dial on the side, which has more options than the older reels used to. I got it where I wanted to be, and I mean, I was chucking this thing. But these two together, it was insane. I will be buying another Smoke HD for this rod specifically, probably in a 7.3 to 1. But I was lined up with 17-pound P-line 100% fluorocarbon, as always. And that combination right there, if you like football head jig fishing, get a Smoke HD 7.3 to 1. Fitzgerald rod 7.3 medium heavy fast action rod with some 17-pound P-line 100% fluorocarbon, and it's probably gonna be your new favorite rod. But check both these things out. You can pick them both up at Tackle Warehouse. But that's a sick combo right there. It looks slick. It feels really good in your hand, and I was sticking them in 15, 20 feet of water, no problem getting them to the boat. So definitely check them out. We'll see you again soon. Thanks a lot.